I often get asked, can you really make decent money flipping furniture? People seem to be curious about how much it costs me, how much time it takes, what skills you need, what tools you need, and then once you finish something, how much do you sell it for? In this video, I'm going to flip this sideboard and hopefully answer a few of those questions. And with any luck, hopefully we'll make a bit of decent profit along the way. Can we do it? Let's jump in, see how we go. I picked up this piece for $50 off Marketplace. As always, I like to take a quick look over it, make sure everything's intact, check out what I'm getting myself into. And we will start the clock. I'm going to time myself on this one so I can give you a good idea of how long a flip like this takes. And I kick things off by disassembling, unscrewing all the hinges, taking off all the hardware. Anything that comes apart, I'll take it apart. When I'm dealing with glass doors, I always proceed with caution. I start with the bottom hinge so I know that the door is still attached at the top, and then once that's come off, I do not let go of the top of the door. I hold on to it until the door is fully off, and then I pop them somewhere safe where I'm not going to step on them. So for this piece, I've decided to do a bit of a combo of restored timber and painted. So the top will remain restored wood, the shelving restored wood, but the rest of the casing will be black. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, not necessarily mine either. I do like to keep things sort of more of a natural timber, but because we are doing this to flip reasonably quickly, I know the local market here in New Zealand are chasing painted pieces of furniture at the moment, so that's what I've decided to go for on this one. I've sanded to 180 grit on the top here, but there's still a few watermarks that haven't come out, so I'm going to give some oxalic acid a go and see if that'll bleach it a little bit. It is really important that once this is dried, you wash it off and don't sand it until you've done so, because it's highly toxic. I forgot there was a few holes I needed to fill in, which I usually do before I sand, so I'm going to just stop here and get that done first. In preparation for the paint, I just give the unit a light sand. Even after sanding, you can kind of see the contrast in colours is giving the piece a bit of character, so it's starting to really take shape. I also give it another clean before I paint it, just to get rid of any dust. Now you would have seen that when I was sanding, in some of the spots I'd sanded right down to the bare wood, so there was no varnish left. The reason I'm putting a bit more varnish on these spots is because when I paint it, if there's no varnish there, the paint will sort of just absorb into the wood and it will look a little bit different to the rest of the unit. So varnishing those spots will ensure my paint job is nice and even. I do 2 coats of paint, so I let this dry overnight, come back to it the next day and give it a second coat. The brass coating on these hinges has come off, so I'm going to head to the hardware store and see what I can do. I found exactly what I need. Perfect colour, perfect size. But they're $15.54 for a set of 2. And I need 8 in total, so I'd need 4 packets, which is about $60, which is not super cost effective. So a can of spray paint is a good answer. Basically I'll use just a little bit this time and I'll have heaps left over for other projects. So super cost effective, and it's only $23.74. I decide to use a light stain just to give this timber a little pop. It really helps the grain stand out. And I finish the timber off with some beeswax. So while I put this thing back together, let's take a look at the breakdown. I spent 30 minutes going to pick this thing up, 20 minutes cleaning, 90 minutes sanding, 45 minutes painting, 60 minutes buying and preparing the hardware, 30 minutes reassembling, 60 minutes photographing and listing back on the marketplace, and for good measure I've thrown in 30 minutes of fluffing about. It is a generous labour allocation of 6 hours total. And now for the cost, and this one was $50. Miscellaneous consumables $10, that's things such as sandpaper, painter's tape, $12 on paint, $15 on miscellaneous products such as beeswax or stain, and $17 on hardware. And that brings us to a total of $104. So before I let you know if I managed to flip this piece for a profit, let's take a look at how it turned out. This piece was listed on Marketplace for about 18 hours before someone decided to buy it, and they purchased it for a total of $350. And you remember that I spent $104 buying and refinishing this piece, which leaves us a profit of $244, and with that 6 hours labour, that works out about $40 per hour. Is that worth dancing about? Well, this fella sure thinks so. Thank you for tuning in. It would be a huge help if you could please hit like or leave a comment. You could even subscribe to hear more of this Kiwi accent. It's free. And just remember, making money is awesome, but if you don't enjoy flipping furniture, there's no point in doing it. You got to do it for the love of it. Alright, thanks guys. Until next time, take it easy.